Molweni, Potani, Thobela, Dumelang, Absheng, Sanbonani. And then Potisa Dwesha Dweshakazi, Zika Nonkwenkwezi. Let me thank you again, once again for tuning in. Today I just thought, let me do a story time. I haven't done a story time in a long time. And I'm sure many of you realize by now that I'm actually an avid storyteller. I love telling stories. And I think my channel is actually taking shape, we understand. And I feel like partly I am growing as a storyteller. So I think I'm gonna be doing more story times from now. And that's also actually how I started the channel. There was more story times than there are now. So what is the focus for our story time? The story I thought I want to share will touch on a few things that I think will help a few of you here and there. One, I will be talking a few things on Isithunywa will come up. Two, it's just motivational talk, you understand, in terms of how you can see positive, you understand, when it's actually dark. And also just, waking up from the ground and dusting yourself off and just moving on, you understand. So that's the focus for the story time. And I decided I want to do it outside because actually my surroundings, look at those mountains. Sithi kuKwaSikhoba pha. KuSikhoba noMbaxa. Intaba zakuthi foreni. Yayiva ke ngoku? So, ithi into, guys. There was a point in my life, and this is not so long ago actually, back in I think it's 2014. Yes, 2014. Sengithwasile. But for some strange reason, things are just not moving, you understand. That time I have a full-time job. I was operations manager at the local development agency in what is now Raymond Mhlaba. It was Nkonkobe then. So it's a development agency. It was a good job by standards, by Alice standards. And at the same time, I was running a herbal shop, we understand, in Alice in town. So the two were running concurrently. And then on top of that, I also was running a catering business, a catering shop. Side by side with the herbal shop. I was basically selling moti, offering, advice on traditional healing matters. So side by side to that, I was also running a catering business where I was basically cooking mainly breakfast and lunch for office workers, construction workers, and there's a taxi rank near where I used to run my business. So I had all that clientele, and at that time, I was a taxi owner myself. Trust me. This is back in 2014. There's so many stories I still need to share so that you learn from some of us that when Johnny Walker says keep walking, keep walking. As long as you are still alive, just keep walking. If you're breathing, keep walking. And I think I'm a live example of that. You understand? I had to walk. But that's not the focus of the story now, the businesses. I was just like highlighting to you where my life was at the time. So I was employed, I had a business or businesses, but for some strange reason things were just, not coming right. You understand? I couldn't I wasn't convinced that I was making money. And emotionally and spiritually I was not at the right place, you understand? And yeah, and it was that deep edge, when you feel like, no man, there must be something, there must be something else, you understand? My life is not as it should be. And ngithwasile mos, then intoni ingxaki, you understand? um I couldn't put a finger to it, and I had, you know been from pillar to post, we understand? um um checking out ukuthi kanti yini ingxaki, you understand? Ndiyohlola yonke laa nto leyana, which is why I'll say to you guys, ukuhlola all the times is not necessarily a good thing. I learned from experience, because you confuse yourself more and more. You confuse yourself more and more. Because you go to this healer, they will tell you this. You go to that one, they will tell you, you understand, something else. And also, are you prepared when you go to Shola, when you go to consult? Are you prepared to now do whatever it is that you will hear from that healer? You understand? Because if you are not, then what's the point of you going around looking for what healers are going to say to you, and you come back and you sit and do nothing? Sometimes you know what the problem is. Sometimes you've been told. Sometimes the message has been clear. You understand? Sometimes the very first traditional healer you consulted with, you understand, told you exactly, and they were right. But you are looking for something easier than what you were told at the beginning. This is me. This was me then. Because I was like, no, man. I've had almost, but really, can that be it? You understand? I knew I had Isithunywa. Igqalam at the time, I think was confused between ubugqirha nesithunywa. She would say, akho nto isisithunywa. Literally, she would be like, akho nto isisithunywa. You understand? Ubugqirha bubugqirha. You understand? If ufuna ukhonza, hambokhonza. But don't come here tell me ukuthi wena unobuprofethi ufuna kube ngumthandazeli. There is no such, she would say. So I went on, under her, but there was no mentorship when it comes to Isithunywa. But the dreams were very clear, you understand, and they were becoming now, hectic. And when I opened the herbal shop, Nonkwenkwezi, at the beginning it was hot, I became, people were like coming in numbers into the shop, and I was like, yeah, this is it. I'm on the right direction. And then after a while, things just went quiet, like boom, waka. You understand? It didn't make any sense. It made no sense at all. Like, how can you move from being so busy and coming back home tired, to seeing maybe one client a day, and sometimes not a single client? There was a point where I was traveling between Alice and Durban, we understand, to source muti almost every month. And then there was a time came when I would go once in 4 months. It didn't make sense. And there was this edge, man. The feeling that I used to feel the time in Twasa. You understand? Umbilini. You understand? That painful edge, within you, like something needs to come out, almost as if you must scream. If you could scream your lungs out, you understand, you'd feel a lot better. And I was like, but I should be healed by now. You understand? Of umbilini. Why am I still feeling this way? You understand? And why is it only coming back now? Because for a while, this was not happening. And then something said to me, you know what, maybe it is time I paid, I paid attention to Isithunywa, because of all the things I've done. I focused on ukuthwasa, thwasela ubuhlwele, and I never focused on Isithunywa, and yet ithonga lam is driving me towards that direction as well. You understand? So why do I expect a balance in my life if I myself am not, balancing lamathongo? So I woke up one day, I said to my mother, you know what, I feel like the time has come for me to focus on Linda Isithunywa. And I had tried before, I'll be honest with you, I had tried with a man I won't mention, was a Berlin. I think I've told you stories about him, guys, and I don't want him to be the focus of my videos. He is just, I don't think he deserves my attention. But I had tried with him, and I realized as kuqhutywa umsebenzi ukuthi nah, this is not it. I've just wasted money. But I was like, you know what, it's fine. I will keep searching, you understand, and I will find the person to help me. So I said to my mother, you know what? There's a woman I've been thinking about. You understand? A friend of mine had been to Mpumalanga, and she got help there. And suddenly this woman was in my thoughts. More and more often. You get me? So I said to myself, you know what? Let me just take my chances, man. Let me just pack my bag and let me be on the road. My mother was like, are you mad? You don't know anyone in Mpumalanga. You yourself said you are broke, and you get there, you understand? Why don't you wait until, why don't you save money? You understand? For such, I was like, I think this time, umoya wam uthi, I must trust my spirit. That's how I felt. Like the pressure I was feeling was like, you know what? Spirit will lead me. I said to her, all I have is money for a bus ticket. I have money to get there. You understand? She was like, don't don't call me when the tough gets going, because I don't understand why a person would leave their home broke. I was like, no, it's fine. She was like, okay, sharp. Booked the ticket, took the bus to Park Station, Johannesburg. Got to Park Station. I had to take another bus to Nelspruit. Waited, I think, another 3-4 hours for the next bus to connect. Nelspruit. I am so broke. All I had was apples and banana. Uh, and people were eating, ukanukisela inyama manje ebhasini. All you have is a cold apple when. My heart was so sore. Ndiyakuthanda ukutya, guys. Yo, I love my food. My heart was so sore. And my mother's words were like ringing in my head. What was I thinking leaving my home? So broke. I can't afford a piece of KFC. Like, damn it. I don't know why. But now I'm far, almost 80% to my destination. So then I kept calling the number. They would direct me, okay, get off Nelspruit. I think the next text was to Naz. Got to Naz. Next text was to Langlaagte. I had been to Mpumalanga just as a tourist. Your God's window, the 3 rondavels, what you call potholes, Sudana caves. I had been there. I had been to that province just for fun. This was way before I knew ukuthi ngiyagula, angikho right. So now I'm in Mpumalanga, not as a tourist, as a person seeking help. Ngaze ngafika ke kwamama uMhlongo. Yeah, I got there. And my spirit told me, okay, I feel like I'm at the right place. And it used to get so busy there. There at least 10 clients a day. And, there was enough time, to be taught to kuhlahluba. There was enough time, to pray, and, just be in silence, um, in order for Isithunywa ukuthi sizophakama. Makuphakanyiswa Isithunywa, guys, it's a simple process. Akufani nokuthwasa, it's not the same. Um, it doesn't take a month is too much. Trust me, a month is too much because Isithunywa umoya ohlambulukile. You understand? It just needs you to be cleansed. You understand? To be ukuthi uhlambuluke nawe so that sizophakama kahle. You understand? And Isithunywa umoya osu matured. You understand? Umoya ozibhamukelayo. You get me? Asithwasi Isithunywa. All you do when you are ready ukuphakamisa Isithunywa, sithi ukutrona. Ukutrona is a process whereby you go spend time, mostly in solitary confinement. You understand? Esigodlweni somuntu onesithunywa. You spend time esigodlweni sabo. Most of the times you are in prayer. Most of the times you are being cleansed. You understand? We are futa, we are quma, we are palaza. You understand? We are emfuleni. You understand? You wash with cold water. Ukuphakamisa lo moya, ukuhlukumeza leli dlozi, ukuhlukumeza lo moya ukuthi uhlukumezeke so that it comes out. You understand? Umoya osuphakeme, umoya osuphezulu udinga nje ukuphakanyiswa. Hence ungathwaselwa. So I was there doing mostly that, and siyahlola ke abantu, sifunda nensebenzo, izwasho and all of that. And I don't know how long I'm gonna be here because I don't have money, remember, and I don't even have money to contribute towards food. Remember, look, I can't eat for free. You understand? And I don't understand why some people think when you go to a healer's house, it must be for free. You understand? Because all that Umam Mhlong was charging at that time, Umam Mhlong, I think it was 1.5. Only 1.5. So surely that can't include the food you are going to eat. You understand? So I didn't have money to even contribute towards food here. I couldn't even buy myself snacks, At time, it was so tough, And I told myself, okay, I'm gonna wait until payday, because I think I had taken 3 weeks leave or something like that. So I was gonna wait until payday so that then I could, pay for everything else. Umsebenzi lona ukuphakamisa, plus and contributing to food, also getting imali yokubuyela ekhaya. But it was 3 weeks. Payday was almost 3 weeks away. My mom, that's what my mom was asking. Why can't you wait until you are paid, at least? You understand? I was like, I can't wait any longer. And on the second or third day I was there, I received a call from my younger brother. We had not been talking for, I think, the past 2 years or so. Now, he's a very funny character. Right, so he is in the defense force, as a reserve. So he had been gone for a while, and I don't know why we were not in contact, but we were not in contact for a while. So, but that time he called, like I think second or third day, he called me. Hey mtaka mama, uphi kanti? I'm like, hayibo, why are you asking? He was like, no, tell me uphi. I'm like, ndise Langlaagte. Langlaagte kuphi apha? I'm like, eNaas. Which Naas? I'm like, Mpumalanga. Ithi uyaxoka. I'm like, why? He's like, you know what? Hey, it is so funny. I was told in my dreams ukuthi Usiswako, to get to where you are, it would not even take her more than an hour. And he was like, but Eastern Cape is more than an hour. So that's why he was calling to confirm the Lipupo like Ukutaibu. So I'm like, Kandwe Nupi. He's like, Mnangsambuzini. Where is that? He's like, you know where that plane that had Samora Machel, the one that was hit by the South African Defense Force. I'm like, yeah. He was like, I am at that spot, at that monument. I'm like, what? I know this is like not far away from here. He's like, my point exactly. So he was like, you know what? Ask. I was like, I'm so broke. I can't even come. I don't have money. He was like, ask them to give you money. I will give you money to come back. I was like, I don't even have food here. He was like, come, you'll be sorted. I went the following day and I took a cab from, I think from Nas, or I don't remember, there's another town. From Nas, you take a taxi to Mbuzini, yeah, to Mbuzini, and then Mbuzini, you catch, I took a cab to where they were. Like, it's a mountainous area, very mountainous. And I was like, my goodness me, if this man, I'm the cab man, if he were to think of, and it's who would find me here? But anyway, you soldier on, you understand? When I think when spirit wants things resolved, if you trust in spirit, it leads you. I went and we got to this shop, and they were like, I must not go around the shop, I must go through the shop, inside the shop. The shop owner will lead me to the back. And yeah, I got into the shop owner showed me, they were at the back, and it was him and a colleague. They were seated with their guns basically armed and waiting for action. You know, the guns, like they were on the stands, like, I think it's AK-47s or something, like big guns. I'm like, no. He's like, no, don't stress. Look, we are here not, oh my goodness, not by permission. So we have to be careful, should anything happen or someone is following you or something like that. So I was like, oh, okay. It was a very short meeting. More than 10 minutes was a lot. We were like, wow, we just enjoyed each other. Ubuzagum! Oh! Dilapha enkundleni. Okay, hayi ndisebhizi apha. Okay ke. That's a neighbor. That's our neighbor. She is helping me with the goats. I'm alone in this yard. The whole weekend I'm gonna be here alone. So she was opening the gate for our goats. So 10 minutes was a long time. If we spent more than that, I don't even think so. And he gave me, those shangani bags. Sitting in Gauteng, I know they call them mashangani bags. The big one. It was full of tin stuff and like a variety of tin stuff, noodles. Yeah, I was sorted for days. And I was like, this is going to be my contribution. If they want more than this, I share. Sorry. And Umdagama gave me like 5,000 rands. 5,000 rands. And I was sorted. So I didn't have to spend more than a week there. Like, I think I stayed there for the next 5 days, and Laphakama Idlozi Lesithunywa, I think on the fourth day after I had seen him, Saphakama Isithunywa Sam, and I was sorted. I was able to pay for the lunch, we prepared for the people that were helping us with umsebenzi wokuphakamisa, people esaya nabo emfuleni. I was able to at least entertain them, and I was ready to come back home. And yeah, guys. So I think the message I'm trying to put across here is Uguti. Sometimes we just need to follow spirit. Sometimes you need to follow your heart. Sometimes you need to listen to that inner voice. Because ukuhlola ukuhamba uyozwa ngomunye umuntu ukuthi kudingekalani kodwa ukuthi inkinga yakho kuphi. And look, I went there and my way was sorted. Like I was like literally, it almost felt like yeah, indlela yami ilungisiwe. So that's what I wanted to share, because I see a lot of you guys coming, people would come to consult and be like, no, I went to that healer, uthe mangenze Thanksgiving, Loana uthe angithi. Guys, why do you have to do it Thanksgiving? Unenkinga. You have problems. Your life is, sorry, impilo yakho ayihambi kahle, but basiyenze Thanksgiving. Phezu kwamatyala kokwenu. You understand? And uthola ukuthi lo muntu omenzela i-Thanksgiving bathi uma wakho uyakhala. Uzokwenzela uma wakho i-Thanksgiving emzini wakhe. Remember, he is wedded here. You understand? Ungumakoti yena la ekhaya, wendile apha. You understand? Kukho amatyala elikhaya, kukho tata abalapha bangazange babuyiswa. Ukhokho walapha zange asetyenzwe. And then nizoxhelela umama wenu inkomo apha kulamagceka namatyala. Does it make sense? Did you feel like, you understand, umama kuyakhala? Do you really honestly feel like ukuthi kuzo zonke inkinga ezikhona la ekhaya, idlozi lakho, wonke amanye amadlozi ashap, uma wakho nje kuphela lo inkinga? Therefore, spend money slaughtering. Sometimes slaughtering when you are in trouble invites more and more problems for you. You understand? Because you are slaughtering on top of amatyala. You understand? There is something else you should be doing, and probably you were told in your dreams. You understand? Maybe the message has been clear. Maybe as a family you once went for a consultation and you were told what you needed to do as a family, but you don't. No one is prepared, to do it, and now you end up just, doing what you feel like, makes sense to you. Anyway, that's not where we are. Guys, thank you very much for tuning in once again. That was the story time for today. I hope I was able to put my point across with trust your instincts, trust your spirit. You understand? Spirit will lead you. Especially if eyakho inhliziyo imhlophe. If you know, you understand, don't go looking for quick solutions. You understand? You should resolve your problems once and for all. Find ways, everlasting, like ways to, find an everlasting solution to your problem. Ugezwa kuloku ugezwa njalo, all the times when you are being cleansed, all the times you are being cleansed. Ugogo bathini wakucleansa, uDr Kehlelezi wakucleansa, ugogo uSkhotheni wakucleansa, noNonkwenkwezi uzokucleansa. Hayibo, uzocleansa kuze kube yinini wena, ne? So yeah, that's it for now, guys. I need to go prepare supper. My daughter is coming back from school today. She's a weekly boarder. Thank you. Bye. Thank you for tuning in once again. Continue subscribing, guys. The channel is growing. Thank you very much. Like, share, comment. Sisonke.